So today we had the results of the first GD04 regionals in Japan, in Osaka, and honestly, this is getting crazy, guys. So first of all, we do have the meta spread, which I actually think is quite promising. It's quite exciting actually to see blue, white as the majority of decks played here, and a wide variety as well. We've also got blue, purple obviously being up there, but a lot of blue, green, which I imagine is just mainly the 1 year war Zeong stuff, but a lot of white, red, and actually a really good spread. Obviously 3 different types of colors taking up 50% is definitely a lot better than what we've seen in the past with Blurple. However, that's not really the concerning part. And I think the concerning part is because of this image. Now, we've seen this before, haven't we? This feels very reminiscent of what? GD03, that's right. I mean, 9 of the top 16 decks were all Blurple, 5 of them being white red, which just kind of feels like a counter as well. And obviously we've got a 1 year war up there and a red green in there as well. Now, when you think about it, we've had a ban. Well, I say a ban, we've had a restriction and we've had a new set. And I know that it's early into the new set, so you think, oh, you know, it's always going to be the tried and tested that perform well, but it seems by quite a lot. And it's not because of just the sheer numbers of Blurple as we saw before. It wasn't even the most played. It just seems to be the best deck in format. Now, I did watch the game, the final as well, which is weird when it wasn't even a best of 3, and it was a Blurple versus 1 year war. And unfortunately, I have to bring it up. This was the mulliganed hand of the 1 year war player. So this actually was just a bit of a non-game. Like it didn't really felt like it ever got going. It was a like if this is an advertisement for Gundam Card Game, this is not the one. Like this was not a fun game to watch, and you actually feel really bad for the player already going into this unfavored, and then you're just fighting a mountain, you know. The fact that this wasn't best of 3 kind of just proves the point right now that, especially when we're having this crazy aggro meta, it is just about who rolls better, who gets the better opening hand, and that is it. Turn card sideways, go unga bunga. That's it. Now, we don't have a lot of deck lists at the moment, like they're not been updated because it's so new, but we can see that there was a few here. This was one from the top 8. We can actually see there was a Neo Zeong deck here as well, a white version of this. And this one's actually quite wild because we can actually see we've got 4 different pilots in this one. But you can see there's a lot of anti-aggro in here with the sword strike, the G-Fred as well, the graceful demeanor, and obviously we've got the burn packages here as well. Only 2. This feels weirdly odd if this is your win condition to only have 2, but obviously it's done very, very well to get into the top 8. And then obviously we had a 1 year war face off here as well. Then we had another seed, and I think we're seeing there was actually quite a bit of white red seed here as well. This time we've got the silver bullet in here as well, which is really good for those other kind of like red matchups as well. No Neo Zeong in here, but we got the 4 Kira, the 4 Machu, and the 2 Atherin. I just like seeing decks that kind of do things a little bit differently, and this is one of them. Although the only GD04 stuff that we've got in here, it seems to be silver bullet and the flat. And then we have another white red, this one with the Providence. You've got good synergy here, especially as well with the ST09 Gundam Freedom there as well. Graceful demeanor, silver bullet. This would have caused a lot of problems. And then we had the 3rd place decks as well, another Blurple deck here, but we've actually got the GD04 Sword Impulse in here as well, which is quite interesting. And the Isaribi for punching up. And then we can actually see that this player also did end up coming in the top 4 here. And this was the 2nd place deck as well, which is 1 year war Zeong here. Very, very kind of standard list here as well. Just the 2 Zeongs here. It's actually quite impressive that this did manage to brick so hard. It's not something that you'd expect. And then we have this, the winning deck, and it's just nothing that we haven't seen before other than the GD04 Sword Impulse here. So I don't really know what this says about the current state of it. Obviously, we're still early into GD04. Everything leans aggro typically until things are solved. We're seeing a lot of blue, white, but it does just feel like you can just line up bodies, get Armoro out, swing, and just make a run on the base at the moment. I don't really know what we do about it. Obviously, we've got some stuff coming out about GD05 as well. It's also the EVO1 set as well, and some of the new starter deck stuff. We'll see how that, you know, addresses some of this aggro, but we are clearly in a very aggro meta right now, and it's a shame. I mean, I personally don't know whether it's the player base, whether it's just the deck being so powerful. It is a shame when you have all these new fun and exciting cards, but most people are just still choosing just to play old cards with pretty much nothing from the new set, kind of showing that it didn't really have an impact on the competitive stuff. We do have, I think there's a Canada regional happening tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see how that is in the West is any different when it comes to the competitive scene, but we'll keep an eye on that. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a good sign, a bad sign? What were your predictions going into this? And we're always trying to deck build as well and figure stuff out as a community. If you want to be a part of that, we do have a Discord. It is growing at an insane rate, and it is one of the most active Gundam Discords I've ever seen. So come and join us. Links out will be down in the description below at the Team Strike Discord. But guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.